Hey everyone, it's your girl B Woods, Brandy Woods, the Millionaire Midwife, coming live the week of Christmas. So you know I had to get on my Santa hat. And I know you guys are coming in the video. Come on in and say hello. Go ahead and drop the city and state that you are tuning in from, because we want to hear from you. We also want to make sure that if you are a Childcare Millionaires member and you have an accountability partner, you know what to do. You need to tag them in this video, because they don't even know that we're live right now, and you need to help a sister out or brother. It's up to you. I'm so excited to be here tonight. I have one of my good friends, Miss Maleeka, with me. She's going to be coming on the stage in just a second. But you already know that I can't have anyone come to the stage until we get some love flowing and going. So Maleeka is the PR queen. So go ahead and put PR queen in the chat so she can know that you're here. Oh, I got Francesca in the house. I got Teresa in the house. I got Shani in the house. Hey, everybody. So we have the PR queen in the chat. And the Lord knows, even baby Jesus, and it's his birthday, knows that all child care owners need a little PR prayer. All right, we need a little help. We need a little help. So I have the PR goddess herself coming to be with us. So I just wanted to, yes, y'all, the PR queen is in the house. Okay, I'm glad that you guys are super obedient. So I have a few announcements. This is our last webinar special guest of the Christmas break. I'll be with you a little bit after Christmas, but this is the last time we're going to formally come to you. So Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Eat your hot chocolate. I think we drink hot chocolate. Eat your marshmallows and all that good stuff. But before we lay business to rest, we have to talk about getting more exposure. So I'm just to bring Maleeka to the stage. Y'all go ahead and give her some hearts, some thumbs up. You can give her a Christmas tree. You can give it all to her. Hey, Miss Maleeka.
We have gifts and everything. I welcome them. Hey, Brandy, how are you?
I am more than wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm well. I'm well. I cannot complain. And even if I did complain, it's not going to change anything anyway. So I'm good.
Yes, I love it. Well, you're looking good. I can't say you're smelling good, but normally you do.
I
So
do. I actually
smelling
do.
good.
Put on my rose water and ivy
Come
moisturizer.
on.
I'm
Oh, you
good.
are relaxed and stuff over there.
I
I
am.
love it. I love it. Well, Maleeka, I'm so glad that you are our last guest of the year, because it's probably one of the most important topics that childcare owners need to talk about. So I got to tell you a secret. 2020 hit us hard. Like, yeah, 2020, you know, it kind of slapped us in the face a few times. And but I have some people in my group who literally did amazing stuff every day.
I'm clapping
They
for them right now.
yes, thank you. They were taking care of children and families. They were feeding people in the community, passing out gloves and masks. I mean, I feel like childcare is really the cornerstone of the American economy. Without us, y'all can't go to work. So I really believe that a lot of times, like childcare as heroes, we get slighted a little bit. But these ladies have been working hard. And guys, if you are in the chat, just go ahead and type, you know, we are heroes. I want you to go ahead and affirm it for yourself that childcare owners and directors are heroes. I need you to know it. And I know it. So I want to share that message, and let's spread that message all over Facebook. So what I need you to do to spread that message is I need you to click the share button. It don't cost you nothing to share. I mean, literally, you just pick up your finger and tap. Go ahead and do it. Pick up your finger and tap. Go ahead and share that message. Thank you, Annette. Annette says that we are heroes. Just that we are heroes. And sometimes every day it doesn't seem like it, because our work can get a little grimy. But at the end of the day, we do things that other people just could not imagine themselves doing. And we do it for 12, 14 hours a day with a smile on our face. Absolutely. So, Maleeka, tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. So what I don't talk about a lot is that I understand I was never a daycare owner, but I worked in multiple daycares and private schools about 10 years ago. And my goal, I was like, one day I would own my own child care center. Of course, the Lord has done his good work and changed all my plans, right? Um, but I remember so many things that you all talk about. I'm like, no, I remember when I was working, like ratios, and when kids come in sick and the parents like, well, I already been off 4 days. I can't take off another day. I don't have it. Well, you can't leave your child here. You know what I mean? So I've had those conversations. And so I know what it feels like to be on both sides, to be a parent dropping your baby off or your child off, and also to be the caregiver taking the child from the parent, and basically you become the parent. I think that a lot of times, I don't know if you all refer to yourselves as that, but y'all are like secondary caregivers. Like y'all are the parents and guardians when those parents pull off the parking lot, and so you are responsible for their health, well-being, for their education, for their nurturing, all of those things. So I totally get it. But my name is Maleeka Hollaway. I'm the PR queen with Publicist. I'm the founder and CEO of the official Maleeka Group, affectionately known as the OMG, where we work with small business owners and entrepreneurs to help them position themselves in the marketplace so that they can build their brand awareness, boost their credibility, and also help build their bottom lines. I also am the founder of the Social Proof Success brand or community, and that's like my give back, my DIY for those hungry entrepreneurs who are like, all right, Maleeka, if you just tell me what to do, you give me the tips, you give me the strategy, tell me what I'm supposed to be doing, I'll go do it, right? And so with that brand, that's what brought me here tonight, because I understand what it's like when you're bootstrapping. So as a daycare owner, you already got $1 million in 2 line budgets, those line items in the budgets. You got a lot of rules and regulations. So sometimes marketing or PR can be secondary because you're taking care of lives. And so my job is to help you all position yourself so that people know about your facility, they know about you, and they can trust that when they leave their children with you, they're going to get the same child back, or they'll get their child back better than when they left it, right? So that's why I say that. I'm like, sometimes we run into parents who are like, yo, I was rushing, here you go. And it's like, all right.
Oh yeah, we have them. I'm not gonna say no names because this is on the book, but you know who you are.
Right.
So listen, Maleeka, OMG is in the house, and I just love the name because it makes me excited. And I know that me and you have had a lot of conversation on the couch, on the chair, every time that we meet in Atlanta, and I'm like, girl, I need to be on TV more. I need to be positioning myself more. And she's like, you got a great story. You just got a pitch. Every time I'm on the news, she says, see, all you have to do is let people know what you're doing. Absolutely. Because they're looking for feel-good stories. So I have a few questions for you. One, many of us, we're in the daycare industry, but we don't have a true marketing background.
Yeah.
And so tell us first of all, what's the difference between marketing my business and getting PR?
Absolutely. So marketing is all about attraction. In this social media, internet driven world, the lines are completely blurred when it comes from what sales is, what marketing is, what PR is, what digital marketing is, what sales funnels and all that, right? But marketing is all about attraction. And so it's getting people just to pay attention and also like priming them to make a buying decision. So of course, sales is getting them to make a decision. Marketing is getting them primed to make the decision. PR falls under the marketing umbrella. And so what PR is, it's more about dealing with the press, managing reputation, storytelling, getting you positioned properly. And so it works in conjunction with whatever marketing plan you may or may not have. Let me say it that way. You may or may not have.
So if they're in the membership, they better have some kind of marketing plan. But I love the way you always say, PR is just storytelling. Is letting the public get an inside look of what you're going through, what you've done. So listen, Childcare Millionaires, I want you to do me a favor, because it's no sense of us having Maleeka here and we not exercise what we know. I just want you to think about 2020. And if you can give 2020 a headline as it relates to childcare, what would it be? I always say that childcare are the heroes of COVID, because we showed up. We showed up for the frontline workers. We showed up for our parents. We did it scared. We did it without knowing what the real ramifications were. So I do believe that childcare owners are the heroes, along with
childcare was the biggest quarrel basically that people had, because it was like, wait, if I can't work if my child is here, like if they're not going to school or if they're not going to daycare, what am I supposed to do? I remember that being the hot topic, especially I remember my daughter, she had spring break like the first week in April, and they were like, oh, they're not going back to school. Now, luckily, I didn't have to make that decision, but I remember the uproar because it was like, wait, I go to work every day. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, childcare is expensive. Then it was like the daycares are closed. And so, I mean, that's a storyline right there. We can wait on their
Yeah,
responses.
no, I want you to respond because y'all know I give gifts. And Maleeka is having an event coming up, and I already told my people in the membership they needed to show up tonight because I'm going to her event because I want to be able, not just to position Imagine Me Academy, but you are your own. You are your own company. You're your walking brand. So I need people to know Imagine Me Academy. I need the people to know brand, better known as B Woods, right? And so everything we do is a PR. But I really want you to think about, what story could you sell to the media about what we went through in 2020, right? I mean, really, because 2-year-olds ain't wearing masks
at all. Right.
They still touching you. We were put in a position to show up, and we did. But what was the story? What was the story about your numbers? What was the story about you staying in business? What did you do to make it possible for parents when it was almost impossible for you? I need a few storylines.
I'm like, I want to know because these are things that we don't think about. It's like, you're just going through life. I'm just doing what I do. We show up no matter what. We don't make excuses. We just work, right? But to the outside, that's like, y'all did what? Y'all made something out of nothing. Like you made $10 out of $1. You made one meal stretch to last for a week. But that's the type of stuff you all were doing, and that's the stuff that people need to know, because everybody's like, well, I don't want my child to go to school or daycare because masks and sanitation and the adults may be infected, but y'all still showed up. That's huge, because I almost like y'all are frontline workers, whether they acknowledge you as such or whatnot, even though y'all are not, doctors and nurses and EMTs and stuff like that, you're still frontline workers. I think that teachers and daycare owners, daycare workers, they're frontline workers because you like somebody's first stop.
Right.
You're the first stop. And it's important because the thing is, when somebody leaves their child with you, it's like they're leaving their whole world with you. And so with that, I like that. What's that? Kina? Is that name?
She said all things remain the same. I want to know what you mean by that. Everything was different, but for us, they did remain the same. The journey of the in between, Lord, yes.
I like.
But because I just want you to know that a lot of times childcare owners, we don't think we have a story to tell, or we don't think that we're the people that need to be on the news, but we are. Yep. And we definitely want to have, I want to say, I guess, the self-efficacy to know that we belong in this space. Yeah. Because a lot of times if we don't know that we belong in this space, we won't even think about the opportunities. We just do amazing things and give out toys and give out food and give out scholarships. And we don't think that these are newsworthy things because they just come from our heart. Right. But there's somebody that wants to know what we're doing. One, because they maybe want to offer help. Yep. And two, they just want to highlight the fact that there's a lot of good in the world. Right. So Maleeka, when it comes to childcare in particular getting PR, like what are some things that we need to have ready and in our back pocket? Things that, sometimes media outlets may ask for, or, so we won't be caught off guard.
Professional photos. I know we all got those really good selfies that we love. Because I know I have them, and plenty of times when people have interviewed me on podcasts or on major magazines, like they'll go to my social media and be like, oh, I like that selfie. And they'll use that as the page where I'm like, hey, I got a whole bunch of professional photos that I paid for. Like, I know the selfie was cute, but I'm gonna need you to use this picture, right? So professional photos, because you just never know. I mean, when I say professional, it could be your lifestyle branded shots where you on your phone or you in front of your laptop, but you also need photos that's from like, here to here. Because you just never know. So professional headshots is very important. you need somewhere to be able to direct them to. So that can be social media, it could be a website, it could be a landing page, it could be an email, it could be a phone number, but you need somewhere to direct the traffic. So, all right, every time I get the news interview, or every time I do the podcast, or whenever somebody talks about me, I get another email, I got another child enrolled. So with the photos, you need some way to capture the traffic. And then you also need talking points. Like, you need to know your company's motto or tagline, like, back and forth. If it's Imagine Me Academy, all right, what's the difference between Imagine Me Academy and the OMG Academy over here? Why am I going to bring my child to you over going to the next person? So what makes your organization stand out? And so that could be your tagline or motto, but it could be, hey, we also offer gymnastics and karate, or whatever it may be. You need to know those things, because those are also, not only are they talking points, they're also selling points. Because whenever you go before the public, yes, you're storytelling, but you're also selling. You're also
absolutely
selling. So think about what you like to see and what you like to hear to make your buying decision influence, for you to say, okay, I was on the fence. I thought I was going to send my child here, but now that I just saw that on TV, I know I want my child to be connected. And it's not just, you have to look past just sending my child there. When people are sending your child to your organization or to your child care center, they're also investing, not just in their child, but also in you.
absolutely.
And so when you're looking to spend your money, what are some things you want to invest in organizations that are giving back, that are giving out toys for the holidays, that are feeding families for Thanksgiving, that are having random giveaways and partnering with other people in the community? You need to know, what are those things that you all are doing to show up, to really, like Francesca said, to go above and beyond, not just with childcare, but also being like a pillar in the community. Those are some things you need to know. And if you don't have them written down, you need to write them down and study them over and over again, because you got to be able to, recite this stuff over and over again, and say it a million different ways. That's what we do. We take one storyline and we tell it 10 different ways, so it sounds completely different every single time. We could be talking about the same event, the same person, the same story, but every outlet you read it on, it's like, oh, that was a different perspective. Oh, and there's another perspective. That's what we do. But your job is to give us what we need to be able to shape that. And it requires you to do some work. It requires you to do some work.
Absolutely. You mentioned something that I just want to highlight.
Mm-hmm.
One, guys, make sure you update your website, touch it up, because you never know when the opportunity is going to happen. I think I was on the news maybe 5 or 6, maybe, yeah, 5 or 7 times last year. But I was on a host of other outlets, whether it was speaking at a summit or on my own platform. And you know what people are going to do? They're going to go back to your website. They're going to go back to your Facebook page. So if you notice, I always keep fresh content on our social media page, fresh content on our website, because this is a way that people are going to do their fact checking. Are you who you say you are? And if you're saying, I'm giving out toys to needy children, but there's no social proof, and that's what I love about Maleeka. Maleeka, like, oh yeah, show and prove. Maleeka, did you see my little stunt today with Tiffany? I want you to know Tiffany was in the inbox. Now, you can't ask to be Tiffany friend, because she got 1,100,000 zillion friends.
Okay.
So there is this lady, her name is Tiffany, the Budgetnista, and some of you are already in her group. She has a group called the Dream Catchers. Well, last night on Clubhouse, me and her was on the same platform, and we were speakers in this room together. Now, 2 things here. I don't have 1 million followers. I got $1 million, but I ain't got 1 million followers. Not yet, right? And so one thing was, she has an audience that we can leverage in so many ways. So just the fact that we were talking about 2 things that we both have membership sites. At the same time, I ain't gonna say at the same level, with social proof that I was in the right vein. And so same thing in childcare, when you're giving something or you're doing something with your teachers, all of that is called social proof. Because guess what? People are looking, they're watching, and I'm just going, y'all don't steal people's stuff. Some people are stealing. I don't want you to do that. I can't help it, Maleeka.
Look, you can't make up nobody
See,
else's
see,
blessing and take it as yours. You
see
just
why?
can't.
Yes. No, we don't want to steal, but we do want to leverage, right?
Right.
And so guys, I want you, one of the things that you can leverage without spending any money is great social media presence for
Absolutely.
your center and for yourself. Watch what you put even on your personal page, because when the news outlets come to vet you, the magazines come to vet you, someone wants to give you an award, they're going to look. So, Maleeka, that brings us to what is social proof? And I hope you trademark it, because these people in these streets, they treacherous.
I trademarked social proof success. I trademarked that phrase, and our trademark did go through, I think, December 1st or December 5th. So social proof success is mine. But social proof, this is how I break it down to explain it. It's all the things that you can control. Not what the news controls, not what your audience controls. It's all the things that you control to boost your brand awareness. So your own presence, your company's presence, testimonials and stories from your clients. What if a student is with you from the age of 6 weeks up until they go to kindergarten, you dang near help raise that baby, right? What are some things that happen with that child? What are milestones? Because sometimes I think you all forget, and I almost said I ain't in childcare no more, but we forget how many childs, like you see the first of them taking steps, you see the first of them rolling over, you see the first of them, eating solid food. Sometimes, like, you do so many first with them, and you probably don't pay it no attention. You're just doing your job. But what if you can take, hey, like we try to help your child have the first, and we document these moments for you as a selling point, right? But the social proof is all the stuff that you can control. So like I said, your testimonials, your presence, your company's presence. What are people saying about you? That goes beyond what you put out there. Now we want to talk about with those testimonials. What are people saying in the public about you? Are they saying, hey, I love this child care center. I love this teacher. I love this owner, because not only do they take care of my child, but when my family was in need, they came through.
Absolutely.
What are different things that they can say? Because all of that stuff is what you use to really show people, hey, I'm really out here, and I'm really out here doing the work. And you can trust
Right.
that when you invest in your child by investing and putting them into my center, that we are going to look after your child as if it was ours, as if your child was ours. So your social proof is what proves it literally is what it's saying. What are people saying about you socially? Where is that proof? Many people look at it as like all the logos. So whenever you get a media feature, you do an interview, you could take NBC News and say featured in NBC, featured on ABC, featured in Forbes. That's surface level, in my opinion. The real gold comes from word of mouth. I always say word of mouth is the biggest form of marketing. It is the biggest form of publicity. It is the biggest form of sales. My business was built on word of mouth. We really haven't used ads up until promoting this event in 5 years. People just keep sending people, and they keep tagging my company and me. That's social proof right there, because people go,
Well,
wait,
Maleeka,
nobody told you.
why wouldn't they send them to you? I see your clients in Forbes. I see them in Black Enterprise. I see them
Everywhere.
on ABC, NBC, all the C's, all the letters.
All the ABCs.
I mean, so of course, if you're a person and you're trying to get your brand out there, absolutely,
Yep.
you will be the first person I would recommend as well. And I love the fact that you said what you can control. I think I'm gonna add Testimony Tuesday. I
Yeah.
mean, just tell me real quick, if you're on here and you can give a testimony of how working with me has helped you, or working with Childcare Millionaires, the community has helped
Yep.
you, would you give a testimony about that? If so, put yes. Because I have been afraid to ask people to do that, Maleeka.
Oh, child, I don't know what you're scared of. I
I
mean,
don't know.
it is, because when you do work from your heart and your soul, you really don't want to document it. You don't want to take pictures. You don't want to film it. But that's the stuff that we want to see. That is what influences buying decisions. That's the same reason why y'all just got a iPhone 12 Max Pro, the most expensive dang on phone they have. The thing that they were able to sell me on, which I was mad about, but I was like, well, they do it. It's for a good reason. They gave me a charger cord, but they didn't give me a brick. The boxes used to be this big, now it's this big. Certain things that they did, and what they said is, we're helping the environment. we're decreasing carbon in the air because now we're putting less packaging and all of that. We're giving you less tools. And I was like, you charging me more, but giving me less, and I'm okay with it because it's for the environment. See how that works?
Yeah, they got you, girl. I would have been like, look, I want my brick, save the environment with your next customer. No, I'm just
And then I bought a $20 brick because it doesn't have the regular USB. It's another cord that they use now. And then I got a new MacBook, $3,000 MacBook. You know what I mean? And they're giving me less, but charging me more. And I'm doing it because I'm like, oh, it's Apple. Number one, I call myself an Apple head. I love Apple products. But the way they talk about how they're being more conscious about the environment and how they can do their part, it was like, oh, it's a no-brainer. What if you're able to do something like that with your organization? Say, yes, we may be taking the price up $25, dollars extra a week, but in that, we're bringing in a state-of-the-art sanitation system to make sure that the virus is killed, not just on surfaces, but also in the air.
help us sell.
You know what I mean? Like, what if you can do that? And you say, well, not only are we charging you $25, but we're making sure at least one day we're going to bring in a nutritionist who's going to review our whole menu, and they're going to set our menu. That costs money. Most parents going to be like, but they're going to pay it.
Absolutely.
Because, it's just those things. So you have to figure out, like I said, these are things you probably don't even pay attention to because you're just in the grind of working, taking care of these kids, right? But there's so much that doesn't get tapped into.
And this just gives me a lesson. Doris said she's been asking her clients about testimonies. Francesca said yes, she would. Kashani said yes. Quinta said I can write a book about what you helped me with. Darby said you didn't ask. I volunteered this information already. So I say that to say, if you feel that way about me, someone feels that way about you. Yes. So I'm giving us all an assignment. I need you guys to ask a few of your parents. Can you just take out your phone and record a testimonial, or set up a place in your child care center with a backdrop and say, we just want to record a few parents and we want you guys to tell, how we've helped you in 2020. Absolutely. Use the ones that are good. Archive the ones that are not.
But if a parent walks in there and they're super cute one day, you be like, oh girl, you so cute, I need to record a video. Yes. They're not gonna be like, no. They're gonna be like, shoot, okay, let me hey, do what you gotta do, because at the end of the day, you never know when the media may ask, do you have a parent that said something nice? Do you have a clip or whatever? You need to have that stuff ready. So whenever anybody asks for it,
I love it.
When parents are wanting, like, all right, well, I want to talk to some parents and see how everything works and flows. You should have a book, a video, or something you could play to basically say, here's what you asked for.
And then how powerful that is on your social media. How powerful is that on your website when people go to find out about you, they're not listening to you give you accolades, but they're listening to Miss Sheila, who's saying, oh my God, she's turned things around for us. This is the best kept secret in the neighborhood. That's the kind of collateral that we need to start gathering, like other companies, right? I tell y'all, we think like CEOs instead of CEOs. And we have to really begin to change the narrative and start saying, I'm a part of a $56 billion industry. I'm a CEO. I need to do what Fortune 500 companies are doing to make sure that I show up in the right way for my child care center.
Absolutely.
So I'm really happy about this event. So Maleeka,
yes,
I already know my two winners, because one did something and the other one did something. I know two of my winners from tonight, and I'm going to announce them in just a second. I want to pour into you because, one, Maleeka should be literally charging thousands for this event, but she has dropped the price like to 75%. And when me and her talked about it, she says, it's really not about the price. I just want to get the content to people. Yes. And she's like, it's not about the price. She says, so I want to take any barrier away that anybody would have. So first of all, I want to say thank you, Maleeka, because that is very honorable for you. So tell us about Social Proof Live, because I'm going to be a part, but I want them to have a chance to be a part as well.
Yeah, so we made the tickets $47. Like I said, it's because I mean, I understand we're in the middle of the holiday season, right? But I bought some heavy hitters in, like, because I said, you know, it's one thing to hear from the publicists, right? It's another thing to hear from the decision makers for some of these global platforms that we all want to be on. When, because like I said, I tell people they're just going to echo what I say because I know these are my friends. We have these conversations, and so we're bringing in the editor in chief of Entrepreneur Magazine, the editor in chief of Success Magazine.
Um,
You know, go ahead.
Because don't be saying it all fast like we're not fans of these magazines.
We love them. I have what I got right here. I have one of the latest. You know, I had a few clients in Entrepreneur Magazine this year, but this was the most recent one. One of our clients who has a brand that deals with mamas. We got her a quote in there too. So of course, whenever my clients get in magazines, I make sure I go get those copies. But I bought them along with some other people like Lamar Tyler and Clinton and Candace, my PR sister, who's been in here with you all before, and Adrian, who's going to teach us how to clockwork our business. The reason why I set it up that way is because these are things that people need, not just to be able to implement publicity and PR into their marketing strategy to grow their business, but it's also things you need to know to take care of yourself. If we learned anything this year, we learned how important it is to make sure you take a moment to take care of you, to check on your health, to check on your well-being, to check on your mental status. Can you still hear me? I feel like the internet's going out.
No, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. And so I think we really learn it. So we have components of self-care and wellness in here because as business owners, we do a lot. Not only are you taking care of the community's kids, you got to go home and take care of your own kids and your own family, right? And so I strategically put, as long as we're teaching you and giving you the strategy and content on how to get press for your brand and how to get press for your business, we also are going to make sure that we focus on mindset and taking care of yourself and structuring your business so that if you decide, I want to take off this week or I want to take off today, that business still works without you. If the inspector, right, Brandy, comes in and you are not there, is your business set up to pass those inspections without you being there? We're going to
She's
talk
trying
about
to
that as well.
she's trying to drop that dime on me. I had an inspection today. It wasn't cute, but we passed with flying colors. It was just rude. But absolutely, I mean, you're absolutely right. And when I think about the topics that's going to be exemplified, this is what sets childcare too low on the totem pole.
Right.
When companies think about PR, they think about the same thing, and like, and I know it's because we're not thinking about it. We're not forcing those PR outlets to think about it. So the fact that you're going to have them there and telling us
Yep.
how we can impress them
Yes.
for $49, girl.
Because I when I have to put it in perspective, because I'm like, when someone hires us a year, you're paying at a minimum of 30K a year for us to do the work for you. I'm bringing you people who are literally going to say, this is what you need to say to get me to respond, to get me to even open up your email, to get me to even book an interview with you. This is how you do it. This is what I'm looking for. This is what you need to do. I mean, what is $47 to 30K? I mean, y'all tell me. Now, if you got 30K, come on. We would love to work with you. Come on. But for those of you who are like, yo, I ain't got nowhere near that, or one day, 2021, I'm going to have it. So let me go ahead and get it in for this 47. This is for you. I'm telling you, it will not be fluff. It will not be where it's like, this is all great stuff, but what do I do next? No, you will walk away with a plan to implement immediately.
And I can attest to that because do you remember, Maleeka, when you did the live session on PR?
Mm-hmm.
I had so many notes, my hands were cramping up. And I knew I had a story and I knew that I had the goods. And I even knew that I could present myself correctly if I ever got there. But it was a disconnect between me and how to get there. And you just share with us some simple things. Between then and now, I've been on the news 7 or 8 times. And that was me implementing, what you said there. When they say they need a bio, have a bio ready. If they say they need a headshot, have a headshot ready. Clean up your social media. Remove this, do this. Have a messaging, have a story. Know your brand story. Know why you started. Naturally to most of us.
Yeah.
And so And it doesn't even matter. Some of you just need to use this to position yourself on your own website and social media better. Maybe you're not ready to be on primetime news. I am. Hey, y'all, if you're watching,
Everybody's ready. Let me tell you that. I think what happened, and that's a mindset thing, Brandon. Everybody, I'm not. If I had $1,000 for every time somebody told me, "Oh, I'm not ready for this," I'm not ready, and I have to tell them like I don't. One thing I don't do in my selling process is I do overcome objections. But guess what? I'm not about to convince you that you're great. If you don't believe it, there's nothing I can say or do. Everybody is ready. If you are in business and you are taking someone's money in exchange for a product or service, what do you mean you not ready to show up in a bigger and better way? That's an excuse. And that is a mindset hurdle that you have to get over. Because the moment somebody pays you $1, especially when they're giving you their child, and you gonna tell me, "Oh, I'm not ready for prime time." What you mean?
my baby prime time.
You care for a child that's not yours. Somebody is passing their child's life over to you, and you gonna tell me, "Oh, I ain't ready. I'm scared." Like, oh, come on now. You find somebody else to talk to, not me, because I don't go for it at all.
Absolutely. And it's no sense of having this fake sense of humility. Now, your ego, but you have to have enough confidence to say, listen, I'm doing a great thing in the world.
Yes.
I'm feeling like I'm doing what I'm called to do. I'm working in my zone of genius. And not only that, you have the backs of the hundreds of kids you take care of,
Yes.
and then the 20, 30 employees you take care of. We affect communities. We are literally the cornerstone of communities. I love that. I am Legacy say she's prime time ready. That's
Prime time ready.
that's what I'm talking about. So the link is at the bottom, and I also link at the top. I'm going to ask that you use this link because it allows Maleeka to know that you came from Childcare Millionaires. That's
Yes.
all of my links always say with Brandy. So this says social proof live with Brandy. The first letter of each word is capital because it's case sensitive. But if you go to the top of this post, you can literally click the link and it will take you to the event. What I love about the event is in the new year, so you get to get all the holiday
Yep.
celebrations over with. And I believe it's the 16th and 17th of January.
It's
That's
the
the
15th and 16th. It's a Friday and Saturday.
yeah, Friday and Saturday. So then you got that Monday off. I mean, this is a great weekend, to be able to, attend, get the speakers. And I also heard her say, because I know we're childcare, that the replays are good for a week. So
Yep.
you want to get in, you want to attend live as much as possible. I'm, making my schedule where I can attend live as much as possible. But then I know I have a week to go in and digest or re-listen to anything that I need to re-listen to. So she's already dropped the tickets down to $47. If you plan to join me, just say yes in the chat. And if you got a good CPA, this should be good and tax deductible because it is.
Yes. And invite your CPAs too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm gonna give away my first person, and I'm gonna give the first ticket away to Queen of Borders, because she gave me the first headline. She said, "Yeah."
Yes.
What was her headline? Let me go back up to it.
Somebody
She
it all stayed the same or nothing changed, something like that.
Yes. Okay, see, Maleeka, remember. Go ahead, Maleeka. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want to thank you for coming tonight, for showing up, and for showing up in the membership. Darby says she already bought our tickets. I will be there. I love Darby. Darby be
Yes.
minute. Maleeka, Darby is one of the coaches that works with us in the membership. She also has her own company, WD Bridges. So she does done for you services.
Love
Niche
it.
down to childcare. So she is one of our
Okay,
partners.
Darby. All right, Darby doing her thing. Okay.
And my next winner is Miss. Are you there, Kashani? Are you there?
Kashani, I like that
Oh,
name.
and now look at this. This is why Quentin won. She says, this mess.
And I am sponsoring somebody. That's how you do it.
That's why. That, that's what I'm talking about. It's Kashani on. I know I saw her on earlier, but Kashani has 4 centers.
Oh,
Kashani is also our director of the week. Um, and I'm going to gift her the other ticket because I feel like she's at the point of business where she can. Yay, she is
yes,
here.
it is.
Yay. I really feel like Kashani, and she's our director of the week. I haven't posted it yet, but she's our director of the week. And I feel like she's at the point where she has 4 centers. I know that 5th one is coming soon. She's opening the 4th one. She just finished everything on the 4th one. She has a goal to have 5 centers. But get this. What her reason behind the 5 is because she has 5 children.
Love
And
it.
she wants to make sure that each child has their own center. I love her story.
Yeah.
She's a mother of men like me, and I know that she's going to apply the information. It's nothing that we teach that Kashani does not immediately and swiftly apply. So I tell y'all all the time, membership has its privileges. Um, and one of the reasons why um, the members do so well, guys, if you're watching, is because they implement, they
Yeah,
execute. You can go to Maleeka's event and not implement and execute, and you're gonna still be in the same position. But if you
absolutely.
go to her event and you begin to clean up your website, your social media, package yourself, get these testimonial videos, and just a little bit every week. A
Yep.
little bit every week is way more than you do it a lot in a day because people want to see over time this progression, those good things that you're doing. I see Tanika, Maleeka actually has a wonderful story. She just got a brand new van, I believe through a grant.
You
Well,
don't want to give away the van to somebody else.
yes, and she's giving away. She hasn't decided, but she's giving away her van. It has to be to a single mother who is working.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of stories that the news want to hear about.
Exactly. I'm like, y'all doing it already. Like, again, like I said, when you're doing stuff from the heart space, it's like you don't even think about, oh, let me document. But in today's world, if it ain't documented, it did not happen. You can say it all day, but if there is no proof, it did not happen. So y'all keep like that is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Kashani, Tanika, like all y'all, like that is so good. Implementation is going. Nothing happens without implementing. Nothing
Absolutely.
happens. You can get ideas all day, you can get strategy all day, but if you don't take action and put to work the information that you get, you just smart. You just smart for no reason. There's a difference in having knowledge and having wisdom. Knowledge is just having information. Wisdom is knowing when to apply it.
I
And so
love it.
get the information and apply it. That makes you a wise person.
Well, congratulations, Darby, for showing up for social proof. Guys, please use the bit.ly above, social proof with Brandy. That's the link that we want you guys to use. And we want you guys to show up and be there. If we can count you in, let us know. Maleeka would love to know that you're going to be there. I'm going to be there. We know Kashani and Queen are going to be there, and Darby. So join us in this quest to position ourselves better with public relations and marketing. Maleeka, do you have any final words for us?
Just do it, y'all. Look, I had to take Nike's word. Look, Brandy, I'm still in Nike's phrase. Okay. Just do it. Like now is the time for you all to show up in a bigger and better way. With COVID and all this, I was like, I'm tired of social media. I want to log off. I don't want to do it. And somebody was like, no, you're a leader. This is the time for you to show up. Like you can't just leave people. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all. You can't leave people right now. You have to show them what you're doing. Some people need to see the good that you're doing. And because they just think, oh, you're just taking care of kids, but they don't know you're literally helping build the economy because you're providing jobs and you're also stimulating the local economy because you're allowing people to be able to go to work. People need to hear all of these great things because guess what? If people didn't need to see or hear it.
I think Maleeka got kicked off. I'm not sure what happened. I know that she was saying that her internet was glitching, but she was talking and she left. We'll see if she'll come back on. So just a few final announcements, guys. this is our last expert speaker of the year for Childcare Millionaires, but I will be with you next week. And next week, I'm also hosting a free graphics class. I'll be putting out the information of how to sign up for that because I want to make sure that that we are ready for the new year and you guys know how to do a few more graphics. So I'll send the link out for that. Some of you bought some templates. I'll be reviewing how you can use those, which will help you with your social proof for the new year. So I want to go ahead and release you guys. You know, at 9 o'clock tonight, those of you who have Clubhouse, I'll be on Clubhouse hosting a chat about childcare because we're not on Clubhouse, y'all. I saw all these great entrepreneurs talking. I'm like, where are my childcare people? So I'll be on Clubhouse at 9 o'clock. We'll probably stay on 30 to 45 minutes. I love each and every one of you. Hope to see you at Maleeka's event, but I'll be in the group all week. This is just our last official training, but I will do the Canva training before the new year. All right. Love each and every one of you guys. I will see you soon, but I will definitely see you at the bank. Much love to each and every one of you. I don't talk to you again before Christmas. Merry Christmas.